Hello, everyone. My name is Ned Dennison. I'm the chairperson of the International Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame. We have a special guest with us today, soon to be announced or potentially already announced, honoree Rita Kovacs from Hungary. Say hello, Rita.
Hi. Hi. Oh, hi. Sorry.
I want to, I want to, I want to read part of Rita's biography, and then we'll get into some questions. Rita competed on the International Marathon Swimming Association and FINA circuits for 11 years. Interestingly, it took place over an 18-year period. She competed in 15 countries, and in 36 races, she was on a podium 64% of the time, an amazing percentage. And during that period, she beat more than 15 other honorees. She was a silver medalist in 1994 at the 25-kilometer World Championships in Italy, and she won 3 marathon medals at the LEN Championships: gold in 1997 at 25K in Spain, silver in 2006 at 10K in her native Hungary, and bronze 1991 at 25K in Italy. Her first race came in 1991, which is a win at 25 kilometers in Lake Balaton, and that earned her a chance to go to the World Championships in Perth, and we'll talk about that in a minute. She had many other race victories, from 10 kilometers up to 88 kilometers in Argentina. And then she retired in 1997 from FINA racing, got married, had a child, and she returned 8 years later, and she won a 10K in her very first race back in Egypt. She also swam the 800 meters freestyle in the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta. And she's only a handful of swimmers in this period between 1960 and 2020 to compete at the same time in the Olympics pool and the open water. And just recently, she coached honoree Eva Ristov to a gold medal in the marathon in the 2012 London Olympics. So quite an impressive resume, and we're delighted to welcome her as our newest honoree. Eva, tell us about your swimming history before Lake Balaton. What your early lessons, your competitions, your school? How much open water did you do before Lake Balaton?
So I started to swim when I was 6.5. And first I was a full swimmer, of course, like everybody. I won many races in my age group, and I had age records too. And I was in 1985 in Junior European Championships. I was third 800 meter free. That was when I decided it's long distance is much better for me than a short distance. And of course, I went to school. I was when I was 90 years old, I stopped at half year, and I had no motivation. So, but after 1 year, I started again. But now only open water. That was when I won Lake Balaton 25 kilometers, and I won. So that's what I could go in the World Championship 1991 in Perth. This was my second race in my life, the World Championship. It was horrible because of it had a lot of jellyfish. Sometimes I felt it's not water, it's a jellyfish lake, or I don't know, something like this. And in 1992, I finished my first diploma. And then I swam until 1997, and I stopped it again because it was really boring, the long distance. But I missed something. I knew that I missed something, but it was finished. I was enough. And after 8 years, what you told us, I started again. And I think it was a good decision.
Why did you start again? What happened? What did somebody say something? Did you get in the water? Did
I
you read something?
never stop sports. When I finished swimming, next day I went to run. And now, until today, 1 week I run 6 times per week, 10 or 12 kilometers. So I have to move. I have to do something because I get crazy. So that's what I thought, why not? I felt I am good. Why not? Just try. And happening what's happening.
Okay. We have a history of great champions in Hungary. You have a history of great champions. And two of the champions from the old days were Magna Molnar and Emre Schnitznazi. I'm sure I did not pronounce them right. Did you know about these swimmers? Did you have any contact with them? Did you have any knowledge?
No, nothing. Sorry. No, nothing. Of course, I heard and I read from them, but I don't know. Okay. Nothing from them.
So 20 years from now, when we ask young Hungarian swimmers if they knew of the champion Rita Kovacs, they'll say, yeah, we read about her. We saw the interview. We read her biography. So it will be different because of all the social media. Yeah. You were racing in some of the same years as Honoré Attila Molnar. You were both people from Hungary, and you said your English was not so good in those early years. Who else did you talk to in these trips?
Attila was my translator. Yes, we swam together a few years, but he stopped earlier than me. There are a few other swimmers, but not many. For example, 1991, Rita Lázár started to World Championships in Perth, and she was a European champion in 1989, the 25 kilometers, and I think it's Dusan Tóth Szabó, but and Attila Mányoki. No. Attila was not.
It was later.
Later, a little bit later. Attila Mányoki, yes.
So were you on the same plane with these swimmers, or did you get to these locations and go, there you are, now I can talk to somebody?
No, I was very shy. So after 1 year, I understand the English, but I was nervous to say something. So it was hard, but I understood everything, but I cannot speak. Okay. And after 1 year, it changed.
So I'm interested in your training, and I'm interested in your head. So you were one of the top female swimmers for 10 years. Every time you went to a swim, you probably thought you had a very good chance at a podium or even winning. And at the same time, you had started in the pool, you went to the Olympics. How did your training change over time? How did your confidence change? Were you as confident as a pool as you were open water? Tell us about those years.
So the beginning, I swam. Later become a confusion. I learned a different technique. I swam completely different training than before. I had a 10 swimming training, 4 dry training, and 2 run training per week. So I think it's a lot. And the swimming training took 2.5 hours, 2 times per day. So it's a lot. I think it's a lot. So I trained 6-7 hours per day. And every week, 2 times I swam long easy swimming. And on Saturday, I had to swim 50 kilometers in pool broken down, but it's hard. It's fast and hard training.
This was
then I
1,000, sorry, 15000, 15,000.
yeah, yeah, yes.
And did you take a
Took
day
4
rest?
hours in the pool in the morning.
Did you take a day of rest every
Yeah,
week?
Saturday afternoon and Sunday.
Okay.
Yes, I did. First, when I was ready to swim in Atlanta, it was the secondary to swim open water. But I decided I wanted to go one time in my life to Olympic if it's possible. And I did, because before that I never swim in Olympics, so I wanted. But after, when I finished the 800, the next day, or this day afternoon, in Olympic Village I went to run, because 5 days later I had an open water race in Macedonia. So I had to come back in Europe, and in the airport I took my car and we drove Macedonia. So that was a 30 kilometer, yes, kilometer, but I won. So it's a little bit hard, but I was not
so no
fast to
no
800.
closing
My goal was
no closing
no.
ceremonies, no discotheque, no falling in love with a swimmer from Brazil. Just
next day I go back
and go.
Yeah,
It's not the best Olympic experience, Rita.
No, but I was in Olympics.
Who were your toughest competitors in open water? Who did you stand on the starting block and look over and go, they're gonna be tough?
Who?
Who were the toughest swimmers you swam against in the open water?
Now?
No, when you were swimming, your competitors.
Shirley Taylor Smith, I think. She was a great swimmer. Yes.
She also knew the name of all the jellyfish in Perth. They were her friends.
Not friends, but
she said that while they were biting you, they were kissing her.
Yes. It was horrible. It's a not good memory. Good memory because I was 4th and I was in Perth, but it was not good memory. More than 5 hours to swim in jellyfish.
So this young woman from Hungary, you swim your first competition in Lake Balaton, and you're on the airplane to Perth, Australia, a new country, a world championship. What were you thinking? You know, somebody is going to pinch you and you're going to wake up, or did you think, I win this? What were you thinking?
When I started to win the races, I always knew that I will win. Did you understand?
Yeah.
So I was really, I don't know in English, sorry. So
you
I
had
knew
confidence.
that I know. Yeah.
You had confidence.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Confidence. Yeah. So it was not a surprise, and I knew I trained a lot. I knew that, and I was thinking, it's just can I win? Nobody else. So because I really knew what I did in a training. Okay. And I knew I was fastest the last 1 kilometers in the group.
So 4 years after Perth, you got second. Shelley Taylor Smith was third, and Melissa Cunningham was first, 2 Australians. Yeah. Tell us about how different you were 4 years later. More experience.
I try to swim to many competition as possible. It's not for World Cup, and it was difficult. It was difficult against them because until 20 Ks, I was the first. The last 5 kilometers, I was the second. So I didn't know that time. So I cannot do until 25 kilometers because I was died when we were 20 Ks. So, but I don't know. I I don't know what can I do. What good can I say? So.
And were you happy with the silver, or were you disappointed?
No, I was happy. I was happy in a silver, so it was not disappointed. I was not disappointed.
Okay.
But I never win world championship.
You went to the Olympics. You have a silver medal in the World Championships. I speak to swimmers that can't beat a piece of driftwood in the water. So trust me, you're doing okay.
Okay, thank you.
What were your favorite races, your favorite events over your career? Either in the water or socially. When you look back and you smile at some events?
Well, of course, the best race is the European Championships. That are all where I started because it really shaped me to hear the national anthems to hear. So other was in 1994 in Rome, World Championships, and but I have many good memories. And so the last races when I was my son and my family and my friends was there, so it was not. It's just for fun because it's my last races. It was 1997 in Croatia, so it was good. So, and then 99, no, in a European 2006, because my son was there and my husband. It was very great. I was so proud.
How old was your son?
6 years old.
Does he remember?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember.
It must be very special.
We have a picture. So.
Okay.
So it was many races. I had a good memory. Of course, I have a bad memories, but now they are good too. Like Canada in the cold water or something.
Okay. So this is an interesting subject because you won at all distances in warm water.
Yeah.
But Canada was not the place for you to be winning medals. Tell us your first time. Tell us what you think about cold water. Be honest.
I never loved the cold, not even to this day. First, I had to give up when I went to Canada. I got cold, but I thought the lake cannot win. So next year I tried again. It was not a good results, but I finished. But I said I never come back in Canada. So for me it's too cold.
Was that the only time you didn't finish a swim in Canada?
Sorry?
Did you ever not finish another swim, or is it just one in Canada your whole career?
No. I had one more when we were in a European Championships in Wien. During in the race, I think I was on 10 Ks and I get fever. So I had to pick up because I had 39 degrees. That's for the second one, but I had to pick up.
Okay.
So I was sick.
Tell us about your life after racing.
When I first stop or second
no,
stop?
the second stop.
The second stop. So second stop. After I went to I tried to work like as a coach, and I am a coach that day too. So first in my city where I live, and then later in 90 no 212 or 211, I went to another city where Eva Ristov swam, and I was there 88 and 8 years, and then I came back. I did the second diploma too. So, but I am a coach still.
And tell us about the training that you did compared to Ava, and talk to us about your head versus Ava's head.
So we had the same coach, but different time. When I met to European Cup with her as a coach, she's a difficult woman like me, I think. But she couldn't train a lot. But if she wanted, yes, but she also knew well if she didn't. So it was difficult to say that you had to swim this because you needed. No, Eva is more important to speak. So speak with her. I needed to talk to her more, like training. She had no motivation after the Olympics. She won nearly everything because she is Olympic. She is a first. She was a first. So it was hard to say swim. That was what the.
If you were working out 30 hours a week when you were training, how many hours a week was she working?
After Olympics.
Doesn't matter.
No, because she was young. She trained a lot, like me. But after the Olympics, this changed. She didn't want to swim. And she swam one day 3 hours, and on Wednesday and Saturday, Sunday, it's off. so, but before the Olympics, she trained a lot. Before 1 year before the Olympics, she trained a lot. 10 Ks per training, so it's a lot.
Yeah.
But she changed it because she won. So
we interviewed Thomas Lurs, and we asked him the question about Christmas Day. And I think Thomas said he worked out on Christmas Day twice. And he was already, many times world champion in medals, and he said he just wanted to know that he worked harder than every other swimmer in the world. That he wanted that for his own self, his own confidence. So he knew when he was in the water, he would say, "Yeah, I worked harder than that other person." So it's interesting the amount that the swimmers are working out. Hang on, one last question now. When you look at the swimmers today, we have long distance swimmers who are training 800, 1500, 5K, and 10K. When you were swimming, it was 10K, 25K. What do you see happening now with is it just pool swimming, and try to be great in open water? Or is there an open water group that is training just for the long swims in Hungary?
I think they try both, but the long distance swimmers, they prefer the long distance. They try to start in a pool, in a national Hungarian pool. They have a good result, but the pool swimmer don't want to go to long distance, I think. But I think it's no secret. So if you decided to want to win something or just success for something, you can do it. Just work, train, and no secret, no secret.
Work, pain. You left out. You let. Oh, train. You left out. No fun. No fun. No fun. Well, Ava, thank you very much for your time today, and I hope to see you in New York for the induction. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.